All right, everybody, good morning, and welcome to this special live stream of Ripley's Veterans Day Parade, powered by I-77 Auto Group. I'm Hannah Getz. Joined with me,
Joe Fitzwater is here. Hey,
special part about the people leading the parade right now, these are all law enforcement officers with Ripley, but also veterans at the same time. So that's really special that they have all those guys out there honoring them today.
Yeah, no doubt. So you're going to see these folks here in just a second, but it includes the chief here in Ripley. His name is Brad Anderson. New chief. Yeah, how about that? He was in the U.S. Air Force. And again, these folks making their way down the street here right now. You'll see them here in just a moment walking down behind us. So when you go to a parade, what are your favorite things to see about the parade? Do you like the people? Do you like the floats? What is it that really captivates you?
I think it's seeing the people line up and just clap, the oohs and ahs, because, like you said, it's 30 degrees out right now. Yeah. It's cold. It's balmy. Would that be acceptable? But there are people lining the streets right now. I mean, almost as many people as their 4th of July parade, which we know is huge.
Yeah, these people have been out here since like 8 o'clock this morning. So, they've been freezing their buns off
we got here around 7, I think, and there were people with chairs marking their spots. So they were waiting in line getting ready here.
Yeah. How about that? There we go. Here's the color guard.
152. Gotta love seeing the Boy Scouts getting involved with stuff like this.
And the parade has officially begun here in the city of Ripley.
And here we go. You have you see Chief Anderson, U.S. Air Force. You see that sign right there. And I think that might be, I know he's a dad of a few. I don't know if those are his kids in the car or not, but you can see some little ones waving out the window right there. There he is.
Veteran of the U.S. Air Force.
So again, yes, we have several people here in Jackson County in the law enforcement that is a veteran here. We have Chief Brad Anderson, the new police chief.
New chief. Yeah, just a couple months ago.
Pretty awesome. He was in the U.S. Air Force. A couple other folks in the Air Force as well. We had Corporal Mike Cummings, also with the Air Force. We also have Officer Kevin Luquez, who's with the Army National Guard. So, and that's not all of it. We got Judge Tom Reynolds with the U.S. Air Force and Officer Logan Scroopy with the U.S.
And the funny thing about him is they said, so this guy, he's brand new, and they said somebody has to run traffic detail. They said somebody has to be on traffic. He is being honored today. He will have a sign out there. We're obviously honoring him, but he will be running traffic. I think he's actually just right behind us there. So he's still working. They're all, of course, always working. When are they not?
Give that guy a wave this morning.
You got to give him a round of applause, because they're like, you're the new guy. You got to still stand out there and do traffic detail, but we are going to make sure that we have your name out there.
We have a special honorary marshal coming through. Ray Schoolcraft with the U.S. Army is making his way through. 99 years old, a 2-time Purple Heart recipient. So,
and look at that cute little guy carrying his sign. That's so special that they get the little ones involved.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
And like you said, Ray Schoolcraft, a 2-time Purple Heart recipient.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty incredible. Yeah. And, again, the guy still doing great at 99 years old, doing great out here, representing here in Jackson County.
And here we have Patrick Simon, our very own Patrick Simon, a 30-year veteran himself.
No doubt. Yeah, he served a combat tour in Iraq. Not only that,
so happy to see him.
Worked on duties for emergency recovery efforts for Hurricane Katrina. So that was, of course, back in 2005, and we know how devastating that was, and he was a part of that. Also worked during Hurricane Rita and the BP oil disaster. So he's kind of done a plethora of things.
He has been around, and of course, he is our evening anchor at WOWK. So he wears many hats. He is a man of many trades. He will also be the guest speaker today. Just around 11 o'clock, he'll be speaking at the Jackson County Courthouse. And do we have his speech? He told you what it's going to be called, right?
A Bridge to Freedom. So, yeah, get ready to enjoy that. And, again, Pat, a lieutenant colonel. So, again, we appreciate your service, Pat.
Yeah, he's been working really hard. He's been really excited about this. So make sure you stay with us. I know we'll have something from that for you guys later on today. So who do we have next here?
Again, today's parade Grand Marshal Patrick Simon from 13 News.
There we go. Mentioning Pat again.
Army National Guard Reserves.
National Guard Reserves here.
Thank you, veterans, for your
All right, Joe, now do you know what this thing's called? I know that there's a name for it.
Talking about the vehicle coming up here?
Yes.
That is a Willys Jeep.
Okay.
Yes. War II. Pretty awesome ride there.
And I believe that's
the birth of the Jeep era here. So pretty awesome. They use those during World War II, and they use the Jeep because They were four-wheel drive, and they got through the terrain very easily compared to like a pickup truck.
See, I knew you would know. And actually that, I believe, is carrying the Ladies for Liberty, who will be performing again after the parade's over in front of the Jackson County Courthouse, 11 o'clock. Those ladies, look how beautiful they look.
Oh, yeah, they look
great. They were here for the 4th of July parade as well. So.
And they're not letting a little cold get them down. They are ready to rumble.
I think they are singing right now. Let's see if we can take a listen to this.
That is a beautiful looking ride.
Can't hear them, but they are looking fantastic. So,
no doubt.
All right, Joe, we have something special coming up here. If you kind of want to tell the people what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, we have the Riderless Horse, and basically this is a piece of symbolism here, especially for Military and Veterans Day parades. Basically, it honors those that have fallen and sacrificed their lives in the name of service. So that is what the symbol for the horse is as it makes its way down Main Street. And yeah, definitely a important piece of symbolism here.
And you can actually hear that they shut that music off. This is really a time to kind of think and reflect about those who have lost their lives.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
A really neat thing to have here today. So here's where we start with the posters.
Yeah, no
like
doubt.
we said, this is going to be.
Folks, I don't know if you can see all these yet. It looks like Jimmy's got them pointed now, but our photographer. But there are a ton of people being represented here. In fact, more than 650 veterans are being displayed.
I heard it might be over 700.
You heard from her. Over 700. So, yeah, hundreds being represented here in this parade. Definitely a special occasion here in downtown Ripley.
That's what this parade's basically going to consist of, is, again, thanking and honoring those veterans. And you can see them, every single name, all 650 to 700 names you will see out here today. So a really neat thing that they're trying to instill here. And this is the 9th annual Veterans Day Parade here in Ripley.
Yeah, it's the 9th annual, and it keeps getting bigger every year. And what's really neat is these posters that are representing each of the veterans here, a lot of them are being carried by their family members.
Yes.
So that's something that's really cool to be able to see here in town. And again, these folks making their way down Main Street here as you make your way through this morning. The parade has begun here in downtown Ripley, started right just after 10 o'clock. And again, things looking good, not letting the cold air keep everybody down. Everybody jumping up and down excited out here this morning here in Jackson County.
And we were talking about, you said it's their family members that might be representing them, but it also is people they've never met before that wanted to get involved in the parade, say thank you to somebody that they've never even met before, maybe never even heard of before. So it's people stepping up and saying thank you and honoring somebody that they may have never even met before. So a really cool thing that they're doing out here. And it's really cool to see the different pictures from the different time periods and stuff like that.
Yeah, we were looking at some of the lists here. I mean, we've got people from the Civil War, the Spanish-American War, the War of 1812, the American Revolutionary War, the Vietnam War, just about every war.
It goes way back.
Yeah, just about every war being represented here in this parade here this afternoon.
And actually, you see that gentleman right there in the suit with the camo hat on. That's Bubby. Don't know his last name, but every single time I am in Ripley, every time, here comes Bubby on his bicycle. And we were actually with the mayor earlier today, and here comes Bubby. And I was like, Bubby, you know what? I knew I would see you. And he was like, they told me I had to be here. So, but he always wants to be involved. I mean, anytime I'm here, something's going on. So here comes Bubby around the corner. He's showing up. He wants to check it out. He wants to help any way he can, which is really cool.
I think that's just kind of a microcosm of the whole town here in Ripley. Just a very small town, very patriotic town here that we are at here this morning for the parade. So really
that's exactly right. That's just that's Ripley.
Yeah.
That is Ripley 100%. So who do we got coming up here now? I'm totally lost on my pages. I have no idea. I lost my place. We were chit-chatting. I don't know where we are.
U.S. Army, Leo Stearns. U.S. Army.
Leo Stearns.
Denver Kidder, U.S. Army.
I'm Gonzo. You know what? We can read them right off there. Some really nice cars, though, coming through
absolutely.
here. And again, you see, look at the little kids out here. You know, you wouldn't think that the kids would get excited for something like this, but they want to say thank you to these vets. I was just at the elementary school down the road here, and signs, little posters. Kids are carrying little signs that say, let's say thank you and remember those who served for us, which is really cool.
Yeah, and that's Lacey Farrell right there. That's Junior Miss Ripley right there. And, I'll tell you what, I'm a little jealous. That's a pretty cool ride that she's in right now. A little better than the ride that I'm bringing into work.
Yeah,
so,
we rode up in the news car, so nothing too flashy.
It's not a Corvette, unfortunately.
And we, of course, have candy throwing, which you need in every single parade. Who do we have coming up here? The 4-H Club.
Yeah, the 4-H Club. That's
Which
awesome.
is really big around Ripley.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, really just anywhere here in rural West Virginia. The 4-H Club's
true.
a big deal here around here. And
I know.
you can see well represented here in town. Plenty of people hanging on the back of Fox used auto sales. So,
and you can see that every single one of those kids in the 4-H Club are carrying a sign, carrying one of those posters there. Let's see who we have on there if I can find it. We got the 4-H Club. Anywhere? His gloves were a bad idea.
U.S. Navy. Martin Budd Bass. U.S. Navy.
All right, and for any of you guys joining us right now, again, this is our special Facebook live stream of the Ripley Veterans Day Parade, and this is powered by I-77 Auto Group. We're really excited to bring this parade to you today. We're really excited to be here thanking and honoring our veterans. We have Pat Simon, a veteran himself, who is our, of course, evening anchor at 13 News. So he's here. He's representing us well, and we're just kind of hanging out, just talking.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, just trying to give you the eyes and ears of what's going on here in Ripley. Also, we're seeing some pretty nice-looking cars go down here. Maybe you need a new car, go down to I-77 Auto Group and get one checked out.
Hey,
I think I'm going to be heading down here later today because I'm seeing some pretty cool cars here in Ripley.
Yeah, you were there earlier, weren't you?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah,
we had a little whoops.
Yeah, we were trying to find the breakfast this morning for the veterans.
I-77 had a free breakfast for veterans this morning, and we got all kinds of confused. I called Joe. It was a miscommunication. I sent him to the wrong spot. He was filming cars. I guess I forgot to include there was a breakfast that he was supposed to be filming. So, but we got it all figured out. There's no problem there.
We tried to get a case of the Mondays going, and we just weren't going to let it happen.
Yes.
So we're here, and we're
ready
to roll with
I apologize.
you.
That was my fault, Joe. Miscommunication. Let's see. Who do we got up here next? There's a cute little guy in front of us right here. He has 10 lollipops in his hands. That guy. You see him in the Mickey Mouse hat? We're getting some candy thrown up here.
I'm still waiting on that person.
Oh, I almost got it.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on that person to throw a lollipop all the way over here. They've been throwing them up from the main road here and hitting the sidewalk. Haven't gotten a couple of good football throwers yet.
They are getting close.
If you're watching this, we'll be expecting a lollipop thrown this way. Oh!
I almost had it. Almost took an eye out, too. They're coming close. Those kids got
close.
some arms on them. All right. Next up, who do we have here? Uh-oh. This is Ripley. This is Baby Miss Queen. We got to make sure Jimmy gets in there for this. Where is this little thing at? I see a car seat in the back. So
that kid is throwing. He's got an arm. Man. He might have a football.
There, I see a little crown in the lap there. There. Oh my, she's sleeping. That is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
We also have the 2018 Veterans Day fan favorite making their way through, Randy Parsons, coming through the line here. And then behind that, we've got even more posters showing up here with many kids and family members showing off. And then behind that, we've got a lot more coming down Main Street here in Ripley.
The good news is that I got to the 4-H page, but we're very far past that now. So trying to figure out where we were. We just got to find, there's Bubby. Where's Baby Miss? We got to find Baby Miss, and then we're good to go.
36.
Page 50, 40. Ooh, I'm way far ahead.
Now, one thing I want to talk about, and I'm sure we're going to see a little bit more about this here in a little bit, this town has really been supporting their high school football team.
Yes.
That team, man, I tell you what, during this season, they have been going to football games. They have been kicking those teams in the rear. I mean, just playing really well. They're 9-1, and really their only loss this year coming to Parkersburg South in the first week. Parkersburg South, pretty stout team as well. And they came into the playoffs, won a very dominating game. I believe it was against Greenbrier East.
For a playoff game, 43-15, and that was last Friday.
This team is the real deal, and they've got quite a support cast here to root them on here as we continue our way into the playoffs. And, of course, Norman Seawright going to continue to keep you updated here in the Sports Zone with the upcoming high school football here, not only in West Virginia, but in Ohio and Kentucky as well.
And the other thing that's cool about the football team is we got to talk about this for a second, is every light post through the city of Ripley is decorated with a different player's number and picture and whatever else. This town goes full out for everything. And actually, we have the flag coming through here right now.
Yep, this is the flag of our country.
The high school boys and girls basketball team is the one who's carrying those right now, so pretty cool.
Thank you so much, student
that's something. That is a huge flag.
For sharing your patriotic spirit with our city. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for the boys and girls basketball.
Yeah, give them a round of applause. That kid's doing the, what is this, shoot? Is that what it is?
I don't know. I'm not that cool, guys. I'm old school. But behind that, we have the Ravenswood Rev Devil Marching Band coming down right now. How about that? They're looking great out there.
This might be my favorite part. I
said
the people, but the band comes a close second.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty awesome.
That's the main part of a parade is having the band out here.
Check out those flag twirlers, too, man. I don't know if I've seen folks in sync here on a parade like this in some time.
And it's not fun to be in the band on a cold day. That's hard. That is hard work. I wouldn't know, but that's what I've heard.
They're not letting the cold phase them one bit. They sound great out here. Hope you can hear them behind us. Really looking good out here.
We have a little girl wearing the black and red, bringing up the rear there.
Yeah.
Korean War era is coming up behind them.
Yeah, we got the Korean banner showing up here with 2 carriers there in the front. Check out all those folks being honored here this morning here in the parade. Several, including Arnold Mitchell, who's with the U.S. Army, as well as Joe Comer with the U.S. Air Force as well. So a lot of people being represented here. And again, multitudes of different wars being honored here. We have the Korean War, War of 1812, Revolutionary War. That goes all the way back to the 1700s being represented here. So
it's pretty amazing that they took the initiative, put the effort in to go back and find all of these people from around here that they want to represent here today and say thank you to.
Absolutely. And hey, how about that sign there on that quad cab there? We don't know them all, but we owe them all. And boy, is that true.
That is a cool sign right there. And that's what they're doing here in Ripley. We were talking before. A lot of the posters and the pictures you'll see, it might be their grandkids or their kids holding those posters, but it also might be somebody they've never met before, somebody from the community that said, you know what, I want to get involved. I want to carry that sign for that person that doesn't have any family left, that doesn't have anybody here to represent them. They still have somebody carrying on their name, carrying on their legacy, and saying thank you, which is a really cool thing out here. All right, coming up next, who do we got here? And again, we were talking about seeing the different pictures, and you can tell, how far back they go is a really cool thing.
Hey, how about this guy right here? He is in a convertible. You want to talk about braving the elements. This guy's my hero right here.
Hey, but if I got to ride in a convertible, I'd do it too. I'd brave the elements. It's not every day.
Hold on,
it's not every day.
Running for a convertible, making it work though.
Paul Miller, U.S. Air Force. Walter Miller, U.S. Air Force. Donald Metz, U.S. Army.
All righty here. And let's take a look at, I don't know if you can see by this shot right here, but there's a flag on every single light post here. I know we were talking about the football team has them all decorated, but there is also an American flag on every single post out here. And of course, Joe, Ripley is a very patriotic town.
No doubt. Ripley only has a population of about 3,000 people. And think about this. 700 veterans are being honored. 700. And there's only about 3,000 people in this town. So a lot of representation going on here for this patriotic town. And really, it's something really neat to witness here and be a part of. Really glad to be here this morning showing this to you with our Hannah Gatz. And again, we're here thanks to I-77 Auto Group. You're walking down here or watching here and you're seeing those really nice cars, go over there and check out the dealership and get a new car out here for sure. Hey, how about another Jeep, man? I'm kind of a Jeep fan out here.
I'm liking the Jeeps. And I like the red Jeep especially.
Oh, that's awesome.
A good one. They just threw out the whole bag of candy. Wow. They said, you know what, just take the whole bag. That might have been an accident, but those kids are probably excited right there. So talking about going back to Ripley being patriotic, the mayor, every Friday morning, for those who don't know this story, every Friday morning the mayor goes out and waves the American flag before she does bus duty and gets the kids on the school bus. And during the football season, she even has the football team come out with her on Friday mornings. And she said she started that because she wanted to honor the veterans. So really that's where you see how deep this goes, how tradition goes here, and how much that the mayor, Carolyn Rader, appreciates everyone who served for us. So every Friday morning, rain, sleet, snow, no matter what, she is out there waving the American flag to patriotic music. What a lady.
Yeah, Hannah was the one that went out, and we got this shot there, probably a few months ago, something like that.
It was still warm out.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite stories that we've seen here at 13 News. Really cool to see one person making such a difference here in one of our towns here in our region. So really something neat to be able to witness.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know what? Maybe should we show the story now? Do we have time? Let's see what our producers say, because we have a little gap here in the program. If we can toss to that story and you guys can see just how patriotic she was. What do you guys think? I don't know. They don't know. They're not sure. They left. They said, you know what? You guys are on your own.
They're watching the parade, too. Do you blame them?
Well, the package isn't there, so maybe we'll see it some other time. It is on our website if you want to go see it. That the mayor and her waving the flag every Friday. So here comes the Ripley High School band, which I'm sure they're getting a lot of action still because they're still in football season. They're in the playoffs, so the band is still kicking. They're still doing their thing.
The Vikings playing great, no doubt. And again, it's like the NFL team. The Vikings playing well too. Well, the Vikings definitely playing well here in town, here in Ripley. And again, 9-1 on the regular season, and the band looking great out here this morning. Wow, what a great looking band.
So let's see now. Do we compare and contrast the Ravenswood to the Ripley? That's a rivalry, so I don't know if we can do that or not.
I'm not here to make enemies, so yeah, not going to do that. They both look great though.
They do look amazing. Let's see what's going on here. They are coming in numbers. Yeah, they are coming in numbers. This is a big band.
It's a good thing these folks don't have pitchforks because I'd be scared. There's a lot of people out here representing the marching band here this morning. A very large marching band.
And I like how they have, if you can see, they have the Ripley blue with their white, but they also have a little ribbon, a red ribbon there, which is a really nice touch. They brings out that red, white, and blue, and they are looking super patriotic, and they are sounding amazing. If we could take a listen here, let's see.
And the marching band has had a lot to be excited about, as we were referring to the football team doing really well.
Yep.
In the middle of the West Virginia High School football playoffs, again in the just defeated Greenbrier East 43-15 last week. And
for a playoff game.
Yeah,
for a playoff game.
Yeah, how about that?
Their rankings in the state, are they number 5?
They're number 5. We'll see if maybe, I'm not exactly sure. I think the seeds stay the same here in the playoffs. But, again, they haven't lost since week 1. So they've won 10 straight. And that's pretty impressive, especially as tough as the divisions have been in West Virginia this year. Listen to that marching band. They sound great out here.
Let's take a listen. They're sounding great.
Yeah. And the flag twirlers making their way through as well. They're looking just as good.
Favorite part of a band, your favorite part of a high school band, what do you think?
I love the instruments being played, but I always wanted to learn how to do the baton twirling. I can't do that. I can't even juggle, so I mean, who am I to talk? But
see, I was going to say it's the drums.
The drums,
The drums. Doesn't that just like, you hear those drums come down, you're like, oh, something crazy is about to happen.
No doubt.
Jackson County, the Ripley Viking Marching Band.
There you go. Give a round of applause for the Ripley Marching Band. They were great. They were huge. That was a big high school marching
that's a
band.
huge high school band.
And Ripley, if you've ever been to a Ripley high school football game, like anything else in Ripley, they do it big. So much fun. I was at their homecoming game last year, and I was like, wow. I mean, they had the balloons and the parade and the walkthrough and the band and anything you could imagine. They had a mini king and queen. So, doing it big, just like everything else in Ripley.
And you know what they say, go big or go home.
And we have somebody saying thank you on 4 legs over there.
Oh,
the cutest little
adorable
puppy ever. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Oh, my gosh. And as if it wasn't cute enough, it has a dress on. Joe, I'm tapping out. That is just too cute.
We also have the children's choir making their way.
Should we see if we can get some flags up
down
here?
The parade as well.
I was going to try to wave her on.
Henry Miller and Jack Juniper, U.S. Army.
People are walking down handing out flags. So making sure everybody is waving a flag. Everybody has something, which is just really cool.
Douglas, U.S. Air Force.
And again, it's awesome. You have all those kids in there stepping up and saying thank you.
Representatives Days Parade and our Vietnam banner.
All right.
So we have the children's chorus making their way through the area right now. And then we're also going to have the Cub Scout Pack 30, and that is from Wirt County, going to be making their way through here shortly. So, again, even some areas from outside of the region making their way into the parade. So, pretty impressive here. Definitely some different representation being seen here in the parade this morning.
Let's see if we can get, I don't know if we can do this or not, if we can get Jimmy to turn it around. There is a cute little Patriot right over there. I'm telling him, the little teeny tiny, let's see if we can swing it around here so you guys can see. He already knows because I'm always making him shoot really cute kids. I'm like, Jimmy, get that little, look how cute. Yep, he knows. He knows. Look at that. Joe, come on. Look at that little cutie over there. She has patriotic pants on. Come on.
They don't get much cuter than that, folks.
It does not. They got puppies. They got babies in red, white, and blue. I mean, this
it
parade,
just melts your heart.
It has it all. And like we said, all ages. Everybody's out here representing. The kids are here. They're taking their day off, and they're spending it here thanking those who have served.
Absolutely.
So let's go back to talking about the mayor. Patriotic town Ripley is, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we were talking, the mayor, for you, anybody who doesn't know, every Friday morning around 7 o'clock stands outside of her office and she waves the American flag. Rain, sleet, snow, no matter what, she's out there, I believe, during Pittsburgh Steelers, great. Pittsburgh Steelers, that has my ear, you know, anytime they say something. During football season, she has the football team out there with her on Friday mornings. And she says, she was like, you know, I do it no matter what the weather's like because the people who've served, they didn't have a choice. They had to go through everything. So she is a really special lady. Let's send it to that package right now so you guys can see what that story is all about.
Good morning! Good morning!
Every Friday morning it's the same thing, and it's been this way for the past decade or so.
Maybe 9 years. I don't know. It's been 8, 9, 10 years. A long time. Let me see.
The mayor of Ripley, West Virginia, Carolyn Rader, starts the day with a song and a salute to our country.
I love waving the American flag.
It all started as a Friday football tradition with the Ripley High School flag.
And after waving the Viking flag, then for the holidays, I switched to the American flag, and I felt so good waving it that I just never went back to though I still support the Vikings tremendously from the bottom of my heart.
Ed Moore lives just across the street, and this weekly ritual was something his kids grew up with.
Yeah, there wasn't any sleeping in on Friday mornings.
But it gave them memories to last a lifetime.
Good morning.
Whether it's her responsibility or not, I've noticed that she'll try and help anybody that she can. And that's just part of being in Ripley. And I think we kind of take for granted, you know, her over here on Friday mornings in the pouring rain or the blowing snow, waving the flag. That's how she is, but Ripley's a real patriotic little community.
Mayor Rader's act doesn't go unnoticed.
In the wintertime when it's real cold and I'm out here, he brings me coffee. But they come in and snatch them. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you next week.
Even out-of-towners passing through notice the patriotism, and Mayor Rader doesn't let them leave a stranger.
Where are you from?
Connecticut.
Oh my goodness, welcome. Welcome to West Virginia.
Thank you. I've been here before, I like it.
Do you? Good, good.
So if you're ever in Ripley on a Friday morning, swing by the mayor's office.
Good morning, Mr. White.
Honk your horn and soak in the American pride of this small town. In Ripley, West Virginia, I'm Hannah Getz, 13 News, working for you.
All right, well, I'm Joe Fitzwater, and this is Hannah Getz, and we're here at the Ripley Veterans Day Parade, brought to you by the I-77 Auto Group.
And that story that you guys just saw, that is the mayor here. Like you saw in the story, every Friday morning she's out there, she is waving the American flag. And we were talking, actually, you saw in that story, that started as a football tradition. She was waving the Ripley flag, which rightfully so, because Ripley is doing a great job right now. If you want to talk about a little bit how their season's going, Ripley football.
They're 9-1. Yeah, 9-1. They just won yesterday, so really they're 10-1 for the season. They've won 10 in a row, lost their opening game to Parkersburg South, and it's just been rallying since then. Right in the middle of the West Virginia playoffs here. Won the first round. They're in the second round here coming up. So if they win that game, then there'll only be 4 teams. So that would be a really big win for them if they could.
They are doing big things, and we were talking before. If you walk through Ripley, you're going to see an American flag on every flagpole. But also right now in the peak of playoffs, they have every light pole here decorated with a different player's number, jersey, different stuff that kind of like makes them special, something they might like, and also I believe the cheerleaders as well. So a really cool thing. Nothing but pride out here for the country, for their high school, for anything, for their town, really.
And no doubt, you know, we've got like, what would we say, 700 veterans being represented here. I would be willing to bet, just looking at the people around here, there's got to be thousands of people out here right now here in Ripley checking this parade out. We're in the 30s out here. It's cold. You can see your breath. Hannah's wearing 5 warmers.
I have 5 on.
But you know what, these people are not letting that phase them one bit. These people are out in convertibles for the parade. Really an incredible sight here. And just a couple of things to note here. At 11 o'clock here after the parade, we do have a Veterans Day service, and that's going on at the courthouse lawn. The service is going to start immediately following the parade, and our special guest speaker is our very own Patrick Simon. He's going to be providing a speech.
And that is...
It's a bridge to freedom.
Yep.
He's a retired lieutenant colonel. And again, he has over 30 years of military service, and we appreciate you, Pat, from everyone here at 13.
Yeah, we got to say a thank you to Pat. He's representing
Absolutely.
us today, so it's really special to have him on our 13 News team.
We also have a patriotic concert that's going to be going on by the Ladies for Liberty. They're from Louisville, Kentucky. How about that? That's a long drive over here. That's pretty awesome.
And they were actually here for the 4th of July parade as well, so they're no stranger to Ripley. If it's patriotic, it's in Ripley. They're coming to it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's just great to hear. And we have they're going to be performing in the style of the Andrews sister of the World War II era, so a little bit of a throwback, if you will, but an original throwback.
Which we see some throwbacks right now. If we turn around, I wasn't even paying attention.
Model T action?
See, there you go. You always can catch me up on what's going on.
Maybe you're not looking for a brand new car. Maybe you're looking for a vintage Model T. I bet you those cars are fuel efficient.
Yeah, so this live stream is powered by I-77 Auto Group. I'm not sure if they have anything like that over at I-77, but something similar.
Cool. They've got some good stuff over there. We also have we have a special flag retirement ceremony going to be taking place.
Yes.
It's going to be Boy Scout Troop 419. That's going on after the parade as well. And again, all of this begins at around 11 o'clock.
And speaking of flags, we were talking before, the most patriotic town I've ever been in, they have a flag box here. If you have an old flag or you don't know how to get rid of them, a lot of people don't know how to properly and respectfully get rid of your flag. They have a box. It's decorated. It's so cute. And you can put your old flag in there, and they will get rid of it the right way. If you got a new one and you're getting rid of an old one, and they have a box specifically for that. That's right outside of the mayor's office over there. So a really cool thing. You don't see those everywhere. So
yeah, no doubt. Yeah, definitely a great way to honor the flag for sure.
Yeah. So who do we have coming up here? We have Charles
We've got some
Moss.
more vintage cars on their way here. I like the white wall tires on that ride. That's a nice looking ride.
Take a look at that kid walking past us now. He is dressed to the nines. He is looking spiffy.
No doubt.
Here we go. We have some folks throwing some candy out here right now.
Next in Unit 95.
We're still waiting to see if we can get somebody to throw a lollipop up on the desk here. We got close a couple times, so if you're watching this and you're in the parade or you know someone in the parade, I'm giving it the challenge.
Get that
We're giving them a high five
if
they knock that out. That would be awesome.
Close. They're taking it too literally. I don't know if I'm afraid I'm going to take one to the side of the head here. Might get knocked out by a lollipop. And again, if you're wondering,
I'm protected. I got you to protect me.
Yeah, that's what I'll just be your human shield here. But okay, so anybody who's tuning in right now, the special thing about this parade is that I almost got that one. The special thing about this parade, over 700 veterans that we're honoring here today. So if you're just tuning in now and you're kind of wondering what's going on, they are carrying signs of those who have served for us, whether they're still with us or not. And a lot of the people carrying these signs are family members. You know, kids, grandkids, something cool like that. So it's really special for some of these people out here today.
No doubt. And we were talking earlier, you know, this covers a wide variety of different facets here of different wars and different events here in the history, really, of America. We're talking about the Revolutionary War. That's in the 1700s, the Civil War in the 1800s, the War of 1812, on up through the two different world wars, the Vietnam War, all these wars different being represented. And again, we're talking about a town of about 3,000 people, very tight-knit community. 700 veterans being represented in today's parade. So really quite something to be able to witness here. And we're really glad, Hannah and I both glad to be able to share this with you here on our live stream. We hope you're enjoying it. And, hopefully you're a little warmer. It is.
Yeah, if you're watching this, you're probably sitting at home or sitting in the office or doing something where you're a little warmer than we are. But the people here, they're embracing it. They got their blankets out. They got everything they need. And they're just like, you know what, I'm not going to miss the parade for anything.
No doubt. Yeah, their soul's definitely warming the streets here, keeping things nice and warm out here.
Joe. Oh, that was beautiful. Like you said, you're very poetic whenever you speak of it. Here we got another pretty cool car coming along here.
I tell you what, you know, there's some pretty nice rides in this parade. I'm kind of a Corvette fan myself. I think that's the third Corvette we've seen in this parade. So, yeah, looking pretty good out here for sure.
I think we got another Cub Scout Group coming, or did we miss that? I'm lost again. You're keeping me up with the pages here. We have Wayne Fridley, and Curtis Pancake. Love that name.
Curtis Pancake, U.S. Army Reserve, and Doug Van Est, U.S. Army.
Just take a look at these photos from these guys back when they were serving, and just how neat it is to have all of those.
Right there.
Thanks, buddy.
Bobby Poole.
We got another cool car coming up here.
United States Navy and Joe Stover.
Roy Shockey,
got
Joe
some more
Stover.
classic cars coming through here. We got the aqua-looking truck. That's pretty sweet looking. We also got the Chevelle right there. That looks awesome. I'm a fan of classic cars, if you can't tell.
We got the side-by-side. Just anything on wheels.
If you're like me, you want to get out there, deer season coming up, that would be something awesome to have. There we go.
You got to show off a little bit.
Yeah, you got to show off a little
we're thanking the veterans and everything, but they're doing it in style out here.
Yeah, you know, I got my little 4-cylinder car, and I like to show it off a little bit. These folks definitely want to show off, too, and I don't blame them a bit.
And we're showing off the news cars here. We just rolled up in our, what do we have out here today? Our little Chevys or Toyotas or whatever we got. We love them.
Oh, yeah.
We got some more kids coming up, and we were talking about the cool thing about this is that so many kids, young kids, getting involved in the parade today, which is really awesome. Got a motorcycle. See that one up there, We Are Family. Yep. I don't know if you could sing along to that one. If you could, yeah, exactly. Family. I knew you would know it. So
that's about as best as I can do.
Talking about family, I'm sure a lot of those people are honoring one of their family members, which is you'll see a lot honoring the 700 veterans that they are out here today. A lot of people carrying those signs and honoring those people are their family members, their kids, their grandkids, or maybe a stranger, somebody they've never met before. It's somebody in the community stepping up and saying, if they don't have somebody to carry their sign, I'll do it, which is a really special thing.
Yeah. Diana Davieheiser, U.S. Army. Arthur Watkins, U.S. Army. Loudon Johnson, U.S. Marine Corps.
Oh, I see little baton twirlers coming up. You said you wanted to learn how to twirl a baton, so here's your chance. Those girls could probably show you up.
I don't think you guys want to see that on air, and for the sake of her safety, I don't think we want to see that.
We might have to do it later.
Next up, Mickey.
Check out the motorcycle.
Oh, there's a dog on the motorcycle. There is a puppy on the motorcycle.
And a dog on the back. That's adorable.
Did you hear they said dog on a motorcycle? They know what I like to see out here at a parade. It's a dog on a motorcycle. I mean, that is something special right there.
Wow,
did you see that? Oh, my gosh. Wow. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but that girl chucked it. She is out the top of that thing. If you can take a look, it's right behind us right now. She is whipping candy out of the sunroof of that.
And coming up here, we have Epworth Salutes our veterans. Check out all of the veterans being supported here by this group. Got the whole trailer out here, people sitting out there, and you can say they're staying warm together there on the trailer.
Look at the Andrew Hill Civil War picture.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And the cool thing about this, these are Jackson County people.
Wow.
And I like seeing the females are represented as well, because you know that was a big part of history, of course. That's a cool one.
There's got to be 36 people being represented right there. I mean, just incredible.
And again, you got the kids carrying the signs, you know. Even a little baby in a stroller.
Oh, look what's coming up, Hannah. We've got the Riverside Twirlers.
The Riverside Twirlers.
They are adorable. I bet you they could twirl way better than I ever could even think about doing.
I have to take a second because this is about to be ridiculously cute.
Look at them. They got moves, too.
They're doing it.
And Delbert Ludwig.
Pretty in sync, too.
And they are tiny. Those are little kids right there.
And they're doing a great job.
They are doing a job. It's cold out.
Yeah.
They've walked a long way already, and they are still moving.
John Pack Sr. and Delbert Laughlin.
Good job, girls. They're like, what is that crazy lady doing? One, we lost two. They're being carried. We lost only two. Only two.
Then coming up behind that, we've got the Cub Scout 140. I'm sorry, 440 being represented here. And again, you can see all the list of names being represented by the folks with the posters. Many of them in the U.S. Army, but different branches being represented as well. And as Hannah alluded to, a lot of these people not only being represented by family, by friends, some don't even know, and they just want to go out and they want to help represent these folks here in the Jackson County and the surrounding area. And again, 700 veterans being represented.
And this is the 9th. They said every year that they've done this is the 9th year that it has grown. Every year they've gotten more and more veterans that they're represented. The mayor was telling me that she has people calling her up saying, can we bring this? Can we bring my grandfather and we want to honor him? Can we bring this poster? And they are getting all these posters made with the names and the pictures and everything. And it's a really special thing.
Hannah, do you see that? That is the Shoney's bear. And yes, I am quite the fan of Shoney's. You cannot turn down a Shoney's breakfast buffet. You know me. You can see me here. I definitely am a fan of that. Get your breakfast buffet.
I think we have more 4-H kids coming by here. Is that 4-H? Yeah, we do. The Roadrunners 4-H Club.
Anthony Talbert, U.S. Marine Corps.
So just take I mean, that's cool. You just see the name after name after name. 700, over 700 around. I mean, we heard 650, but then the mayor told me over 700. So, I mean, just name after name, person after person that they're honoring out here today. It's a really special parade. And this also isn't the only parade Ripley does. We know that the 4th of July parade, the largest, United States largest small town 4th of July parade, I believe is what it's called. So
it's a pretty cool designation if you ask me.
They do it big out here in Ripley. So here we go, a couple more people coming through.
Shoney's guy has made his way down the street, and now we have the Roadrunners 4-H Club being represented, and behind that, the Jackson County Buddy Club.
Awesome. We got some more twirlers coming up there.
Sorry, Robert L. Filial and Robert L. Filial.
Look at the people in the garage back there.
No doubt.
It's like these people are finding spots, and they're like, I know that garage is going to have us, so they're just pouring out of that place right now. Yep. This is really cool.
I know you can't quite see everybody out here, but there's got to be, what, 1,000 people?
I mean, the streets are lined. We're turning around here. You can see them behind us. It's lined up all the way down to the high school, down to the Jackson County Courthouse. Again, after the parade, 11 o'clock, we'll have the special guest, who is our very own Patrick Simon. He'll be speaking. He'll be doing his, what was it called, Bridge to Freedom speech. So he's been working hard on that. He's really excited to be here.
Pat has put a lot of time and effort into writing the speech. I was actually talking to him this past weekend about it.
Yep.
He's very excited to be able to represent and be a part of the Veterans Day Parade, and he's really excited to share his poem, or to share his speech, I should say. So definitely something that he is really glad to be a part of. We appreciate everyone that has tuned in here to watch our live feed here of the Veterans Day Parade here in Ripley. I'm Joe Fitzwater. This is Hannah Getz. And again, we are here thanks to the I-77 Auto Group. Maybe you need a new car. I think I'm going to need to go and get a new one here soon.
After seeing all those Corvettes and everything cool out here, we might have to get something
Maybe
new.
I can't quite afford a Corvette right now, but one can dream,
but
right?
Something. Maybe one of those Model Ts. I don't know if they have those over there that we saw in the parade.
That's a dream come true.
Here's a special one. The Jackson County 911 Center, and they have a lot of veterans that are working there as well, which is a really neat thing.
I'll tell you what, and here's the thing about 911 centers. You know, we work in the news departments.
Yep.
You know, I've worked some different jobs here here at the news station. I've called the 911 folks all the time. They probably think I just annoy them. We really appreciate
We are
you guys.
calling them every morning, seeing what's going on, trying to get the information for you guys.
And you know what? They are always working. They work 24 hours a day. They work 7 days a week. You never hear them getting enough appreciation. We really appreciate you guys, not only here in Jackson County, but just in general for what you all do. I know it's a very stressful job.
I can't. I mean, and it's special that the people being represented here today are veterans. But to all the 911 workers out there, we can't say thank you enough. I mean, they're answering your phone calls, your emergency phone calls, but they're also answering ours when we're trying to get information from them. So really special group of people out there.
No doubt. We've got Russ Dean with the U.S. Air Force being represented. I tell you what, I don't know who that guy is on the tractor, but I'd vote for that guy if he was running for office.
Absolutely. He's doing it right. We've seen Corvettes, we've seen side-by-sides, and now we're seeing a tractor.
Now we're seeing the Massey Harris tractor. So, yeah, you can't go wrong there.
United States Army.
They have lists on a couple of those ones right there.
Yeah, this is the post-Vietnam banner. So we're talking about wars that have been a little bit more recent. And again, pretty much equal representation being seen from all the different wars here across the area. We were talking about some wars being represented as far back as the 1700s, including the American Revolutionary War. And again, we're talking about the Vietnam, post-Vietnam banners being shown now. And you can see all the people being represented here, not only in the U.S. Army, but the Air Force, the Marines, you name it, it's being represented here, the Air National Guard. A lot of folks being represented here at the Ripley Veterans Day Parade.
And again, you can see people of all ages carrying these signs, saying thank you to these people and representing them. And this really is, what a great way to say thank you. I mean, you can say thank you in so many ways, but to be carrying the signs, I mean, I'm so proud of this town to be doing something like this.
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
Bailey, Gary McCullough, Stephen Kent, James Barnell.
I see the flying W on the front of that truck, so I'm already loving that one. Uh-oh, that's another. Is that a Miss Ripley do I see over there? I see a tiara. So
you see a tiara. It's a very shiny tiara, I will add.
She didn't get to sleep in her mom's arms like the little baby Miss Ripley did, but she's still having a good time.
Ron Rickenberger, Dennis Wilson, Molt Shaper, Dion Jones.
Side-by-sides are coming up here.
No doubt.
Oh, we have a couple of interesting vehicles coming up soon here.
No doubt. Yeah, we got we've got the ATVs making their way into the area now. Maybe you're not into the car scene. Well, maybe you can kick some mud with some of these vehicles. These look awesome.
Those things are fun. Those are a good time.
Yeah, I don't have anything quite that cool. That's pretty cool. You could definitely shred some mud in one of those.
But you love that farm life. You live that farm life, so you probably know about the gator life then.
I know about the gator life. I was more like the little tiny Honda four-wheelers, you know. I got to go a little farther back than that, but those look awesome. I could dream of having something like that.
Mrs. Ripley, 4th of July. Okay, which one's she on now? I'm lost again, Joe. You got to help me out here. I'm on like page 2. We're so far past that.
Army Rodney Edens.
Okay, check out this thing. Do you want to give me an exact definition of what this is?
Awesome.
There you go. Easy as that. As simple as that.
That is really awesome.
Yeah, who are we looking at in that thing right there?
I'm not sure. Yeah, we're trying to get that figured out. It's really
lost.
Cool, though.
So we're talking about 700 veterans right now. And there's a dog in the front seat. There is a puppy in the front seat of that car. I mean, geez.
Look at that dog. That dog is adorable.
Oh, my goodness.
Give props to our photographer, Jimmy Hunt.
He is climbing on top of that thing.
You know, we're trying to give you the sounds of the parade. We're trying to let you know what's going on here. But without Jimmy's awesome shooting abilities, we wouldn't be able to provide you with these awesome shots. So,
is it bad
Jimmy, if you're listening, we appreciate you. And we hope you're enjoying the Veterans Day Parade here in downtown Ripley in Jackson County. Everybody wave at the camera. I'll wave from a distance.
That's double right there. Oh, my gosh. It's a puppy. It's a golden retriever. It's got a flag on.
Yeah.
I love it, Joe. There's nothing I love more than a patriotic puppy sitting in the front seat of a car.
Yeah, guys, I'm just letting you know, you can't melt Hannah's heart more than you get puppies and patriotism
I mean,
put
look
together.
at that thing.
Patriotic puppies.
And babies, and the babies, too.
And babies,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm losing it out here. That is the cutest thing I have ever seen. We got somebody else handing out flags here. So, again, I mean, this is just the kind of town they are. They're making sure everybody has a flag to wave here today. Let's see if we can get one of these. I don't know. I don't know if I can flag them down enough. Flag them down. No pun intended. Flag them down.
I'm a sucker for a good pun.
I'm sorry, what? Here we go. Who do we have coming up here next? You know what is another cool thing is that I remember the mayor telling me a lot of pipeline workers here moved here from way out, not anywhere. They weren't born anywhere near here, and first time in West Virginia. And if she reached out to them and she said, if anybody's a veteran from the pipeliners, come in and be in our parade. And they're welcoming them into the town. If you guys were here before and you're watching that story of the mayor. So one of the pipeline workers walked up to her and she said, where are you from? And he said, Connecticut. She was like, well, welcome to West Virginia. And that's just the kind of town Ripley is. They are welcoming anybody in to be a part of the community here.
Wow.
Another 4-H club.
Another 4-H club. Yeah, we're talking about 4-H being a big deal
we
here
have
in
some,
West Virginia, and definitely showing the representation here today.
Some flossing, of course. We get a lot of those Fortnite dances. I know me and you were kind of old.
We were talking about flossing.
Cool.
You know, Joe Fitzwater's got a few dance moves out there, but I don't quite have the flossing.
But flossing is not one of them?
Flossing's not my thing. I do like to floss my teeth, but I can't do the dance.
Oh, my goodness.
And again, a lot of representation here with all the kids here making their way down Main Street, showing representation for some of the veterans who have sacrificed their time and some even their lives here to keep America free, and the kids showing some of those folks.
And it's
here.
cold out, and they don't have to be here, but they're doing it.
Here. That's right, and they chose to be here.
And they're taking their day off, and they're honoring their country and their town and those who have served for us. So it's really great.
700 veterans being represented in this parade today.
In this parade alone, 700 veterans from around this area, which is really cool. I mean, this is focusing back on the community here. I see we got a lollipop. I don't know if I saw that before.
Somebody won. We'll have to go back in the tapes and see who threw it, but somebody got a great shot there. So.
U.S. Marine Corps. Troy Bain, U.S. Army and West Virginia Air National Guard.
Look at that black and white one's pretty cool. That photo up there.
Curry and Ryan Curry, U.S. Army. Joseph Burge, U.S. Marine Corps. Charles Jewell, U.S. Army. Dan Clarkson, Jim Jackson, U.S.
Check this out, man. That truck is big enough to where it can just about eat me.
Our Air Force.
And behind that, we've got some vintage vehicles. We've got horses making their way down Main Street right now, looking good out there. Boy, this is some cute looking horses they got there.
That one, it's very patriotic. She has some red hooves and a little red streak.
You got to be patriotic. It's a patriotic puppy. We've got patriotic horses out here.
They got just about everything
taking place here in Ripley this morning here in the Ripley parade. Real quick, again at 11 o'clock at the conclusion of this parade, we're going to have our special guest speaker going to be taking place here with the Veterans Day service on the courthouse lawn here in Ripley. Our very own Pat Simon, bringing with him his own speech, A Bridge to Freedom. And again, very excited to share that with you. We also have, let's see, a patriotic concert by the Ladies for Liberty. That's from Louisville, Kentucky, making their way into the area. So a pretty big deal there.
And they are great because they were here for the 4th of July parade too, and they are a good time.
No doubt.
Takes you back a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah, no doubt. And then we also have the special flag retirement ceremony being conducted by Boy Scout Troop 419. You want to explain that just a little bit?
What did you say? I'm sorry, I was so distracted by the horses out there. You get an animal up in here, and I just
about the flag retirement ceremony that's been
that's taking place, I believe, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, okay.
And that'll be, I think that's actually going to be in the Walmart parking lot. I think I heard somebody say that, and that'll be with a Boy Scout troop, local Boy Scout troop.
Okay.
So, and again, they're getting all walks of life. They're getting everybody involved in this stuff. It's really cool. We've seen so many troops come by, Boy Scout troops, which is a really cool thing for them to get involved with. And they even have some veterans on the side of the horses there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, how about that? Even the horses are representing.
They are looking good. That is a good-looking horse.
Tell you what, that's a really awesome-looking carriage, too.
Yeah, let's check this out for a second.
These kids might just have the best ride of the whole show.
Yeah, we're talking about Corvettes and whatever else, and I don't know. That's looking pretty good.
Very pretty horses, too.
And they...
we might say now, you had your Corvette, 700 horsepower. We got 2 horses here, so we're going to call it 2 horsepower. How's that work?
That was courtesy of one of our producers and or directors. Yeah, that was a joke from the inside. The people that you don't see out here, they bring us all the good stuff.
No doubt.
All right,
behind that,
go.
We're getting into the big guns here. We've got the different fire departments making their way down. The first one is Silverton, and again, just like the 911 centers, there are veterans that work in the fire departments. Even, just throwing this out here, just speaking for 13 News, we appreciate everyone that takes their time to help. A lot of these are volunteer organizations. Some of them are actual fire departments too, but we appreciate the veterans and we appreciate just the folks that work in these departments.
And we were saying before, of course, they had all of Ripley law enforcement leading the parade, grand marshals, and they were all veterans, which is a really cool thing, except for the one that wasn't walking with them or riding along is working traffic detail. They said he's new, so he still has to work traffic detail back there.
And boy, that is a red-looking fire truck. How about that? Man, you could look at yourself in the mirror right there, just looking at the reflection there, shining off of those fire trucks. Man, they did a great job cleaning those up here.
And of course, being in our jobs, we work a lot with these first responders, so we have the utmost respect, and we appreciate them every single day and all they do for us. So
yeah, they deal with a lot of tough stuff, and we really appreciate it. Each and every one of you that works, and that includes not only the fire department but the EMS, police, anybody that that's dealing with fire and rescue and whatnot, just helping to keep the fine folks in our area safe. We really appreciate it.
I think are we getting close to the end here?
I think we are. Yeah. How about that?
This might.
Let's see here.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we wrap up our 2018 Veterans Day.
Did we not do that?
Flew by. And let's see, 700. I want to see what time it is. Just about an hour.
Yep.
700 veterans. Over 700 veterans.
And again, we're talking about a small town, 3,000 people, 700 veterans being represented. We had young kids, we had puppies, we had horses, everybody representing here as we make our way through town.
And I mean, what a cool parade. And we know they do the big 4th of July parade. This is a patriotic town. Let's talk a little bit about what's coming up next. We're going to wrap this Facebook Live up here soon, but you have to look forward to, you have to tune into 13 News at noon because we'll be back here giving you a wrap-up of everything that happened.
Yep.
We might also have something from Patrick Simon. He is the special guest speaker at the program they're having here. Actually, it should be starting pretty soon here, around 11 o'clock. So make sure you stick with us. Pat's going to have a special story later on tonight, I believe. And Pat will be giving his speech, which is the Bridge to Freedom speech here. So, again, a 30-year veteran himself, our own Patrick Simon. We're so happy to have him out here today. So we're really glad that you all could have joined us here for this special Facebook live stream powered by I-77 Auto Group. Joe, thanks for being out here today. That was fun.
It was a lot of fun. We stayed warm. A little chilly out here.
We did. I didn't freeze.
We made it. Hannah's got 5 warmers on. She stayed warm today. Made it work.
Yeah, so thank you to all those veterans, and thank you for joining us here today.